Hey y'all, today I wanted to share with you how I made my Christmas 4x6 mini album using the 6x6 Christmas Time paper pad by Authentique. I used the art glitter glue. I used the scalloped edge punch by EK Success. I used the deco punch from We Are Memory Keepers. And I also used white cardstock, Recollections cardstock from Michaels. So to get started, what you're going to need are 6 pieces that are 5.5 by 8. Then you're going to take on the 8-inch side, you're going to score at 3 3/4 and at 7.5. These are going to be your base pages. Okay, so you're going to take on your score lines, you're going to fold and burnish. Okay, fold and burnish. And for video purposes, I'm going to use my ATG gun. So on the little 1/2-inch piece here, you're going to add your adhesive. Press it down, and this gives you your base page. So you're going to have an opening to the left and an opening to the right. So you have like a little tunnel here. Okay, so then what you're going to need, 6 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 6. You're going to take on the 6-inch side, you're going to score it a half, fold down and burnish. Add your adhesive. Okay, and on the right hand side, on the right hand side, you're going to add your little flap, line it up to the edge, press it down. Then what you're going to need for the inside here, we're going to make a pocket. You're going to need 6 pieces because you're making 6 pages, but you're going to need a 2.5 by 6.5. You're going to take it on your 6.5-inch side. You're going to score it a half, rotate, score it a half, rotate, score it a half. Okay, and then you're going to notch out your little corners here. Just take and just cut, your little corners. And you're going to fold all of your score lines and burnish. Okay, so all 3, you're going to fold down and burnish. Add your adhesive. We're going to line it up on the left hand side, place it to the bottom and to the left. Don't go over this score line here. Press down, burnish. Okay, so now you have a flap and a pocket. Okay, so then we flip it over, and you're going to need a piece that is 1 by 4 3/4. You're going to take and score it a half and score it 4 1/4. Okay, fold down, burnish, fold down, and burnish. Add your adhesive. To both sides here. Okay, and I added mine kind of to the left hand side here. You can add it to the middle or the right, wherever you want to add it. So I just take it, line it up at the bottom, line it up as best as you can, press down, burnish. So this is your little belly band. Okay, so for the front of each page, you have a flap and a pocket. And when you flip it over, the back of each page, you have just a little belly band here. And like I said, I made 6 pages for mine. You can do however many you want. Just make sure that you adjust your measurements on your binding system and on your spine piece. Okay, y'all, for your binding system, you're going to need a piece that is 3 5/8 by 9 1/4. And we're going to make 1/4-inch gussets. So what you need to score it on the 9 1/4-inch side. You need to score it 1, 1.5, 2, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 6, 6 1/2, 7, 7 1/4, 7 3/4, and 8 1/2. Okay, and that's going to give us a 1/4-inch binding, a 1/4-inch gusset. Okay, so this is what it should look like once you get it all glued. Okay, so you have a 1/4 inch between each page. For your book, the chipboard pieces that you're going to need 2 pieces that are 4 by 6 and 1 piece that is 1 3/4 by 4. Okay, now you're going to need 2 pieces that are 6 by 8 1/2, and you're going to add adhesive. I use 1/4 inch score tape just on one of my pieces. And then what I like to do is take my scoreboard, peel my adhesive off, and I only use my scoreboard just, to kind of butt it up to get everything straight. And here I have it at the 6 1/4, so I'm going to put this piece at the 6. Okay, and just press it down. Okay, and that gives us this long piece here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my 4 by 6 pieces and my 1 3/4 by 4 piece. Okay, so I kind of line everything up to where I want it. I'm going about 1 inch for each side here for the top and the bottom. So that's about where I want it. So I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac glue. This is what I use to adhere my chipboard to my paper. I'm going to start with the centerpiece. Okay, I'm just going to kind of eyeball center it best as I can. Squish it down a little bit. I'm going to kind of just measure it up. Okay. Press it down. Alright, then I'm going to take my next piece here. Same thing. Add my Fabri-Tac. And you can use any adhesive that you like. This is just what I use. Okay, then I'm going to take my ruler so I can get it straight, or kind of straight. I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch between the pieces. Squish it, wiggle it. Okay, and I'm going to press it down. And I'm going to do the same thing to this piece. Add my glue. Same thing, I'm going to go about 1/8 of an inch. And just wiggle it, press it down. Okay, I'm going to take my little roller. And if it moves on you, that's fine, just straighten it back up. Okay, flip it over, roll it again. Now what I'm going to do is add my score tape along the edges here. Then I'm going to trim my corners. I'm going to trim off these little corners here so I can fold it in. And then I'll be back. Okay, so now this is what you have. I've already placed my binding system in. I've already folded it down. So now this is what you have. Okay, now you're going to take 2 pieces that are 3 5/8 by 5 1/2. You're going to have one for each side. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue for this. Okay. I'm just going to take and line it up. And press it down. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take my art glitter glue. Same thing, I'm going to line it up. Okay. And press it down. Okay, so now we have our book completed. Our binding is in. Now all we have to do now, add the pages, the front and the back inside, and then we can decorate the outside. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I made a pocket for the front and the back of the inside covers. So this is the pocket. I already have it punched out. And I already have my magnet added. I use my decorative punch. I have my magnets added. I use my corner chomper for the edges. Okay, so now for the back, we're going to do the same exact thing. So what you're going to need is a 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. You're going to take on the 3 3/4 side, you're going to score it a half. Okay, fold down and burnish. You're going to add your adhesive. I'm using my ATG gun just for this, but I did use my art glitter glue to adhere it down. Okay, so you're going to take and line it up on the right hand side here. Okay, and press it down. So that gives you your flap for your pocket. Okay, then you're going to need a 3 1/4 by 6 1/2. You're going to take, score it at a half, rotate, score it a half, rotate, score it a half. Okay, and you're going to fold all 3 down and burnish. Okay, then you're going to notch out your corners. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now you're going to take your adhesive. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Okay, and again, you're going to line it up to this little corner piece here. Okay, so just line it up. Press down. Okay, so now you have your pocket and your flap. Okay, and like I said, now on the front here I added my magnets, so you'll do the same thing back here. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to add your pages, you're going to add your decorative paper, and decorate it however you want, and then you're going to decorate the front. And on mine I added my seam binding for my closure, and if you add the seam binding, make sure that you add it before you add your decorative paper on. That way it's between the decorative paper and the album itself. Okay, and each page I added a pocket, or I made pockets on it, so I added a little photo mat here. And these mats measure 3 1/2 by 5. Okay, and there's 6 of these, so you're going to need 6 mats that are 3 1/2 by 5 to go in each pocket. So I hope you all enjoyed this album. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye.